Okay, should be good. All right, so now I got to go into this. The data set for this one, I think it's later that it needs the data set. Okay. Public opinion poll surveyed a simple random sample of 1,000 voters. Respondents were classified by gender and by voting preference. The results were presented here. Do men's voting preferences differ significantly from women's voting preferences? That's the question that's in there. So that would be the
That does not look familiar to me yet.
It doesn't to me either. I'm trying to see where trying to find a section that explains that.
Same. Independent.
I think because they're trying to see if there's a correlation between gender and voting. So their alternative hypothesis is that they are dependent. But wait, that's not even one of the, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because with this, aren't we using the same null and the same alternative hypothesis?
Because the null is isn't the null normally like what the belief is in the population or what it? So I think that I would assume that they're going after the hypothesis that there isn't a correlation that's seen, but they're trying to see it. So they're trying to put that forth as their alternative hypothesis. Possibly. So I think it's the third one, but I'm not sure.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Okay.
It like sounds confusing when you're saying it, but I get
Yeah.
So if they're independent, then there is no correlation. So that
Yeah.
would be.
Mm-hmm. One is dependent on the other. That's all it's. Okay.
Okay.
What is the equation for computing the degrees of freedom?
Number of rows
Yep.
minus 1 times number of columns minus 1.
Yes. Okay, what is the correct choice for degrees of freedom in this one? There's 2 rows and 2 columns, so it's just 1 times 1. Is that right? 2 minus 1 times 2 minus 1?
Two rows, 2 columns, or 3 columns.
Are we counting the oh, what in the world? I didn't. Yeah, I'm on a half screen thing, so I could only see like half of the table. Okay. I thought it was just Republican Democrat. I didn't see the independent part of it at all. All right. So yeah, 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Okay. On this, I think it's well, there's 2 rules. The one is that it's simple random sampling.
Yeah.
And then the second is in those charts, in the rows and the columns, that all numbers are at least greater than 5.
Yeah, equal to or greater than.
Equal to or greater than. Okay.
And it looks like, yeah, so it's the first one. Yes, there are at least 5 expected counts in each cell.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, value of the x squared test statistic for this problem.
Okay, so that's where we
So we use that
send it
Excel
through.
sheet.
Through
Okay.
SPSS.
Oh yeah, but is this an SP? Is that the spreadsheet that they give us in the quiz?
No. I think this
We
is
just put in.
similar to our individual quiz where we have to type in the rows and the columns.
Okay, gotcha. I haven't done the homework quiz yet for this one, yeah, but the individual one I remember had that section.
Yeah, they have a super long one.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. And what always gets me on this one is how you have to do them like this one has female, 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 right?
Yeah. Shoot, I'm trying to remember how to do that.
So it'd be like our first column would be female, 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 male, male, male. And then we would, in the next variable, it would be Republican females. Wait, am I doing that right?
I don't know. I'm gonna just go new data set. Okay. This thing.
Oh, now I remember. You use the one that has the most. So we would do Republican, Republican, Democrat, Democrat, Independent, Independent. Then,
And these are you're going through the columns, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I think whichever one has the most. So the column has 3. So
Yeah. And hold on, where's the and then Democrat and then Independent.
and then we data weight cases.
I'm in the variable view, and I'm just trying to remember for the variable type, we just put a numeric variable, right?
How so? I don't think.
I just got mixed up there. I just saw it. It was so to put in the columns like the variable labels, I just went into variable view at the bottom of the thing. It's just one of the tabs that lets you put in the variable names.
Oh.
And next to it, it just said a bunch of information, but I don't think any of it really changes anything. But okay.
Yeah, I don't remember ever using those on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I just put mine in wrong though. Sorry. Okay.
Do you know if there's anything that says we can't use Excel? Because I know sometimes she says that we shouldn't use it, but I think that there's a tab for this type of test in the Excel spreadsheet that we have.
I have no idea. Are you
Yes.
getting this one so far?
Let me take a look. Hold on. Let's see what you have. I'm looking in it. I just opened up the chi-square test tab on the, remember that categorical data sheet that we have? In there, there's a thing for the type of test that we're doing.
Oh yeah. Gee.
Yeah, so
The Chi, is that what it's called?
something like that. I don't remember. I never remember the name of these things.
Yeah.
What they're called. Okay. Okay. Because I think I just found it. The thing that has it has the test statistic in here. Because all you have to do, it already has the columns and stuff made. Let me see if I can do this.
Really?
Yeah. So if you go into it, I'm gonna try to do this. Is this gonna let me? Yeah, share that. Okay. Do you see that? So right here on the left, it lets me put in this information right here. And then the numbers just come out here on the other side. Here, I can just do it full screen now, probably. So do you see that there? It gives me the p-value, the degrees of freedom, the test statistic. I just have to put in these numbers on the left side up here in the corner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did you get to that?
It's the do you remember this Excel spreadsheet that we were given a couple lessons ago? Like we put the numbers in and stuff like that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's in that one. It's in that same one. So if you go into that, you should be able to, one of the tabs on the bottom is just the test name. Chi test or key, I never know how to say it. But that's one of them there. And I just put in the numbers.
Let me see if I get the same answers as you through this.
Yeah, so the spreadsheet name that they give us is categorical data analysis. And then it says underscore hat.
Oh, let's see.
Did you find the spreadsheet?
No, I was still.
It's in the lesson for this lesson. Also, there's a link to download it in there if you can't find it.
Well, I had such a quick way of that I thought at least of getting it. I thought, oh wait.
I'll be right back, Trevor. You just get into that spreadsheet and let me know what you find, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Which one are you on right now?
Which tab am I using in the spreadsheet? Or what?
Or which question?
Which question? So the spreadsheet gave me the answers to 7 and 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so for my test statistic, I have 16.204. And for number 8, since the p-value goes out 4 decimal places, the p-value in the spreadsheet is 0.0003, but it only wants us to go to 3. I just put 0. What about you? What do you have?
Yeah, I got 0 for the p-value, but I got a different value for number 7.
Are you doing it through SPSS or the other?
Through SPSS.
Okay. How different is yours?
It says 2000.000A.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, like, even with the individual prep, I just use the Excel sheet. Like, I've never done it with SPSS. So.
And sorry, what lesson again was that one in? Is it?
It's in the current one too. So if you go into lesson 19, trying to remember what section it's in.
Okay, lesson 19.
Yeah. If you scroll down in the lesson, there's a yellowish chart, and then a little bit further, they have Excel instructions.
Okay.
In the Excel instructions, there's a link to download it. It's called Categorical Data Analysis.
Is this in our lesson 19?
It's in the reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scrolling down.
Yeah, there's a table that says like motivation on top of it, and just underneath it has the Excel instructions.
Huh. Okay, maybe I'll come back to this. Okay. I am not finding it.
All right. Did you get to the Excel instructions part?
No, I'm still on the reading, and I can't seem to find where the Excel.
It's like a quarter of the way down. It's like section 2.1. So it says requirements.
Okay.
So scroll down a little bit more. There's a chart that says like motivation or something. It's like yellowish.
Oh, yeah.
And then right underneath there is the Excel instructions, and it says in the Excel sheet, and then there's a link for you to click. You click on that, and you download the bottom spreadsheet.
I don't think mine has this. But see, mine does. It says motivation, then there's that chart, right?
Yeah.
Europe and Australia. And then right underneath it, it says the research question.
Let me back up. Let me make sure that I'm in there correctly. Back up. Yeah, so it says the research question was whether people's motivation to seek, and then you don't have a blue box that gives you the Excel instructions.
Mine says SPSS instructions.
Oh, mine says Excel instructions, and then it says SPSS instructions.
Weird.
That is weird. Here, I'll tell you what. If you want, I have my email up right now. Do you want me to just send you the file?
Maybe so.
Okay, let's do that. Let's get into that. Downloads. How long ago? Here it is. Okay. All right, so I just emailed that to you.
Okay. Just waiting for Excel to open.
Yep.
Thanks for sending that over.
Yeah, no problem. That's weird that it doesn't have the Excel instructions there for you.
Yeah. Okay. So now,
So you have it open.
got it open.
What tab is it? It's like the third or fourth one down. It's like the second to last one. So there's one proportion, two proportions, and there's a chi-square one, and that's the one you want to go into.
Okay.
And then you just go in there, and in the blue box, you just put in the data.
For rows and columns.
Yep, rows and columns, just like it's in the table in the question.
So in like column, so you don't have to write out like the female, male. You just put the numbers
you just put in the numbers. So I have 250, 200, 300, 150, and then 50 and 50.
This is so much easier than what I was trying to do.
Yeah, seriously, I don't like SPSS anymore.
And that gives me a test statistic of 16.204.
Yep, that's the one I have. Degrees of freedom is 2, which is what we calculated. And then our p-value is 0.0003.
You're a genius.
Oh no, they just made it easy for us. I'm glad that this exists. Okay. So if our p-value is less than 0.05, we're going to reject. So we would say that there is sufficient evidence, and then we would use our alternative hypothesis, right?
That it's not independent, that first one?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I think so.
Yes. I did.
Yeah, and it's the only one that says that there's sufficient evidence. Oh, I guess there is, but the other one has a totally weird thing next to it. Yeah.
Definitely the first one.
Okay. So this data set is actually, the next one is in here. I'm going to see if we can just keep using Excel though. So we might need to type it all in, but I think it'll help us get it done faster.
Do you want me to try the
You can try the SPSS one. I just haven't done it before.
Okay, I'll see what I get.
Okay, we'll compare it then.
think the Chi one might be a little bit easier for this.
Okay.
We'll see if I get the right answers, but but this gave me like for 11 degrees of freedom, gave me 8, and gave me the the value 7.436.
Yeah, I got the exact same answers here.
Sweet.
Okay, so degrees of freedom, it's 8. And test statistic, 7.436.
The conditions for conducting a chi-square test for independence are satisfied.
Where did I? Those aren't the same ones from the earlier question, are they? Are they different?
I think it's the same. The 5 and the simple random.
Okay, let me see. What kind of sampling did they say they did? They might be different because it's not giving us the type of test that they conducted, I think, or is it further up?
Did our other one tell us?
The other one did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
See how many times. I think it's just the 0 count less than 5 because I'm seeing that in the SPSS instructions for the square chi test or the chi-square test. So yeah, I think they're met. I would say that they're met.
Okay. So kind of like if it doesn't tell you what test, then you use the 5 number?
I think so, because that's what I'm seeing here. I just hit Control F and typed in the word requirements, and it pops up only like a handful of times in the entire section. And it died. And it popped up and it just says the requirement for this test is that the sample size is sufficiently large. At the bottom of the chi-square test table on the output, there's a footnote that tells the number of cells with expected counts less than 5. So this, I think, is going to pop up for you in SPSS. Oh, it actually pops up for me too. On the bottom left, it says of the Excel sheet, yeah. So it just has to have a large enough sample size, and the same thing. All cells have to be expected to have 5.
Okay. Large enough sample size.
Yep. And I would say it definitely does, just because these numbers are pretty high. And this one, our p-value is above our level of significance. Because for your p-value, you got 0.490.
You got. Where'd it go? Yeah, 0.490.
Okay. So yeah, it's above it. So we're going to fail to reject. So that one is there's insufficient evidence, and then you put in the alternative hypothesis. So where is that?
So it's above,
we have insufficient evidence that location and motivation to visit a chiropractor are independent.
Or is not independent.
Oh, it's not, yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I'll go ahead and submit and see what we get here. We're done.
Woo!
All right, well, I'll throw the link on there. And I'll text Meg to find out if there's anything we need to do with the project for this week.
Awesome. Yeah, I've did some counting and took some photos, so I'm ready to get started when you guys are.
Okay, great. Sounds good. Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, take care.